This is NBC 10, WCAU, Philadelphia.
Tonight, a minicam report coming up.
This is News 10 from the newsroom with Ralph Penza and Joan Dinnerstein.
Good evening. A city without...
WCAU-TV, Philadelphia. This is the TV 10 News with Terry Ruggles and the TV 10 News team.
Good evening. Tonight's big story on the TV 10 News is...
Larry Kane, Deborah Knapp, Herb Clark, and Al Meltzer, the award-winning Channel 10 News team. Now, Channel 10 News, live at 5.
WCAU-TV, Channel 10, Philadelphia. Larry Kane, Steve Levy, Herb Clark, Al Meltzer. The Channel 10 News 6 o'clock report.
Good evening. There is a new twist in the case of the Vicki Morgan sex tapes.
And in Philadelphia court.
WCAU-TV, Channel 10, Philadelphia.
Larry Kane, Deborah Knapp, Jim Kelly, and Herb Clark. The Channel 10 News, live at 11.
Terry Ruggles, Linda Wright Avery, Herb Clark with weather, and Hugh Gannon with Sports Extra. The Channel 10 News, live at 11.
Good evening. The Delaware Valley is still in shock tonight over the death of television personality Jim O'Brien.
I'm Chuck Stone. Welcome to Daybreak. The recent public...
Channel 10, Philadelphia.
Larry Kane, Alan Frio, Herb Clark, and Al Meltzer, the award-winning Channel 10 News team. Now, Channel 10 News, live at 5.
Good evening, everyone.
Channel 10, Philadelphia. Larry Kane, Deborah Knapp, Herb Clark, and Joe Pellegrino, the award-winning Channel 10 News team. Now, Channel 10 News.
Good evening. We have a breaking story to...
Channel 10, Philadelphia.
Good evening, everybody, and this is the way it is this Friday night.
Channel 10, Philadelphia. Larry Kane, Herb Clark, and Al Meltzer. Now, Channel 10 News.
Good evening. A new dimension on the war on drugs in South Jersey.
Diane Allen, Alan Frio, Terry Ruggles, and Al Meltzer. Now, Channel 10 News.
Good evening. It was a cross.
Channel 10, Philadelphia. Larry Kane, Diane Allen, Herb Clark, and Al Meltzer. Now, Channel 10 News.
Good evening.
Channel 10, Philadelphia. Steve Levy, Stephanie Stahl, Terry Ruggles, and Ron Burke. Now, Channel 10 News.
Good evening, and this is the way it is. There are 16 days left in camp.
WCAU-TV 10, serving the Delaware Valley. Live. Larry Kane, Al Meltzer, and Herb Clark. Now, Channel 10 News.
Good evening. One man has now been arrested in the boycott of a Korean-owned steak shop in southwest Philadelphia.
Live. Larry Kane, Al Meltzer, Herb Clark, Jane Robolo, and the Channel 10 News team.
Good evening. Our top story at this hour,
WCAU-TV 10, Philadelphia, serving King of Prussia. Live. Larry Kane, Diane Allen, Al Meltzer, and Herb Clark. Now, Channel 10 News update.
Good evening. The city of Philadelphia is going to pay $1 million price for its continuing prison overcrowding problem.
WCAU-TV 10, Philadelphia. Live. Larry Kane, Diane Allen, Herb Clark, Ron Burke, and the Channel 10 News team.
Going after short dumpers in the city of Philadelphia.
Celebrating the end of a car insurance surcharge in New Jersey.
And a slap on the wrist for Frank Rizzo and his campaign for mayor. Good evening, I'm Diane Allen.
And I'm Larry Kane.
WCAU-TV Philadelphia. Now, Larry Kane, Jane Robelo, Herb Clark weather, Al Meltzer sports. This is Channel 10 News.
Good evening, I'm Larry Kane.
And I'm Meg Grant.
Our top story tonight from Montgomery County, a frightening discovery in a...
WCAU-TV Philadelphia. Now, Diane Allen, Arthur Fennell, John Polaris weather, Al Meltzer sports. This is Channel 10 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Arthur Fennell.
And I'm Diane Allen.
WCAU-TV Philadelphia. Now, Larry Kane, Jane Robelo, Herb Clark weather, and Ron Burke sports. This is Channel 10 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jane Robelo. Larry Kane is on assignment at the Democratic Convention. We'll hear from him a little later on. Our top...
WCAU-TV Philadelphia. Now, Meg Grant, Gene Crane weather, Dave Culbreth sports. This is Channel 10 News.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Meg Grant, and our top story tonight.
WCAU-TV Philadelphia. Now, Larry Kane, Diane Allen, Herb Clark weather, Ron Burke sports. This is Channel 10 News.
Good evening, I'm Diane Allen.
And I'm Larry Kane.
Our top story tonight, where can women turn for help? Help from men.
WCAU-TV Philadelphia. Now, Larry Kane, Jane Robelo, Herb Clark weather, and Ron Burke sports. This is Channel 10 News.
Good evening, I'm Jane Robelo.
And I'm Larry Kane. Our top story tonight, a plane crash.
WCAU-TV Philadelphia. Now, Meg Grant, Peter Barnes, Gene Crane weather, Dave Culbreth sports. This is Channel 10 News.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Peter Barnes.
And I'm Jane Robelo. Meg Grant has the evening off.
In Campaign 92, Paul...
WCAU-TV Philadelphia. Now, Renee Chenault, Tim Lake, and John Polaris weather. This is Channel 10 News.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tim Lake.
And I'm Renee Chenault.
And our top...
WCAU-TV. Now, Arthur Fennell, Janet Zapala, Al Meltzer Sports, and John Polaris with exclusive Earthwatch weather. This is Channel 10 News.
Good evening, I'm Janet Zapala.
And I'm Arthur Fennell.
WCAU-TV Philadelphia. Now, Ken Matz, Jane Robelo, Herb Clark weather, and Ron Burke sports. This is Channel 10 News.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dream season continues. Good evening, I'm Jane Robelo.
And I'm Ken Matz.
And
live, this is NewsCenter 10. Live from the NewsCenter, serving Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware, Tim Lake, Siani Lee, and John Polaris with our exclusive Earthwatch forecast, NewsCenter 10.
And good afternoon, I'm Janet Zapala.
And I'm Sherry Bank. Tim and Siani are off today.
Live from the NewsCenter, serving Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware, Janet Zapala, Arthur Fennell, Al Meltzer Sports, and John Polaris with our exclusive Earthwatch forecast, NewsCenter 10.
And good evening, I'm Janet Zapala.
And I'm Arthur Fennell.
Live from the NewsCenter, serving Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware, Arthur Fennell, Janet Zapala, Al Meltzer Sports, and John Polaris with our exclusive Earthwatch forecast, NewsCenter 10.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Arthur Fennell.
And I'm Janet Zapala.
Live from the NewsCenter, serving Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware, Siani Lee, Phi Sigma Gamma Sports, and Bill Henley with our exclusive Earthwatch forecast, NewsCenter 10.
good evening, everyone. I'm Siani Lee.
You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10. Now, live from the News Center, this is News 10 Today at 5:30.
Today, Philadelphia police...
You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10. Now, live from the News Center, this is News 10 Today.
And this is 30th Street Station live during the blizzard of 96.
You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10. Now, live from the News Center, this is News 10 Today Weekend.
Today, police catch up with Mark Canty III.
You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10. Now, live from the News Center, this is News 10 Midday.
Good morning, I'm Steve Levy.
And I'm Connie Cola.
And a top story for you on News 10 this midday.
You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10. Now, live from the News Center, this is News 10 at 5.
A news helicopter crashes just after takeoff at Penn's Landing. Tonight, federal aviation officials are in town to find out just what happened. Good evening, I'm Tracy Davidson.
And I'm Arthur Fennell. That's our top story.
You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10. Now, live from the News Center, this is News 10 at 6.
And good evening, I'm Ken Matz.
And I'm Tracy Davidson in for Renee Chenault.
You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10. Now, live from the News Center, this is News 10 at 11.
With summer still a month away, a case of early heat hits the Philadelphia region. Scorching temperatures to begin the week with possibly a higher mercury reading for tomorrow. Good evening, I'm Ken Matz.
And I'm Renee Chenault.
You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10. Now, live from the News Center, this is News 10 Sunday.
One college student is dead after falling from his dorm room window. And
This is
You're watching NBC.
You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10. Now, live from the News Center, this is News 10 Premier Edition.
good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Chenault.
And I'm Ken Matz, and you are watching History in the Making. Channel 10, a landmark in Philadelphia broadcasting, has just become NBC 10.
You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10. Now live, News 10 Today continues.
The police imposters stopped a woman on the Blue Route over this weekend.
You're watching
Philadelphia's NBC 10, serving Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware.
now live.
This is News 10.
First at 4.
A Virginia courtroom becomes the playing field for sportscaster Marv Albert as a jury begins hearing the sexual assault case against him. Good afternoon. I'm Renee Chenault.
And I'm Larry Menti.
You're watching
Philadelphia, NBC 10, serving Pennsylvania,
New Jersey, and Delaware. Now live.
This is News 10, First at 4. He has been a very visible and often controversial figure on the local scene for decades.
And today it's official. John Street is running for mayor of Philadelphia. Good afternoon. I'm Renee Chenault.
And I'm Larry Menti. You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10,
serving Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. Now live.
This is News 10, First at 4.
Bucks County State Rep Tom Druce is headed for jail.
You're watching
Philadelphia's
NBC 10,
serving Pennsylvania,
New Jersey,
and Delaware.
now live.
This is News 10.
At 6. Monica Lewinsky tries to dodge the cameras in Washington today as big news emerges. A judge ruled evidence related to Lewinsky may not be used in the Paula Jones trial. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Matz.
And I'm Kathy Egan.
You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10. Now live, this is News 10 at 6.
They say some like it hot, but come on, this extreme heat is causing the temperature to rise into some...
You're watching
Philadelphia's NBC 10, serving Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware.
now live.
This is News 10
at 11. Tonight, a woman's body is found in a car, and police are investigating.
This is News 10 at 11.
New tonight, a runaway tractor-trailer accident just turned deadly. Story.
This is News 10 at 11.
As we go on the air tonight, people in local communities are in danger from rising floodwater.
This is NBC 10 News at 6.
Tonight, calming the fear as America stands on alert.
This is NBC 10 News at 11.
As we go on the air tonight, we have new details about a fatal crash on Route 422.
The crash caused quite a mess at rush hour, and now some witnesses say this was no accident. Good evening, I'm Renee Chenault.
And I'm Larry Menti.
This is NBC 10 News today.
Good Monday morning. I'm Dawn Timoney, and we're off to a rather damp and dreary start this morning, Bill.
Yeah. This is NBC 10 News at 4.
NBC 10 News at 6 starts right now.
This is NBC 10 News at 6. This is NBC 10 News today.
A Philadelphia man has been charged with murder in connection with a deadly armored car heist.
This is NBC 10 News at 4.
Our top story today.
This is NBC 10 News at 6. Now, live, NBC 10 News at 11.
There is no reason to believe whatsoever that this is anything other than a failure of our infrastructure.
This is NBC 10 News today.
NBC 10 News at 4 and HD starts now.
This is NBC 10 News at 4.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dawn Timoney.
And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tim Lake. Our top.
This is NBC 10 News at 7. Now, live, this is NBC 10 News at 11.
Tonight, here we go again. More.
This is NBC 10 News.
And it's about to get turned up a notch.
This is NBC 10 News. This is NBC 10 News.
It's time to bring out the foods.
This is NBC 10 News.
Right now at 11.
This is NBC 10 News.
We're not going home without a victory.
This is NBC 10 News.
We are following a developing story in South Philadelphia.
NBC 10 News starts now.
Tonight at 11:30, a messy end to the week. The first alert radar is tracking fog, severe thunderstorms, and strong winds.
A mother dead inside a car for at least 10 days. NBC 10 uncovers a new twist in how a missing woman was overlooked so many times.
Track trouble. NBC 10 asks what's being done to stop explosions like these from happening on our rails. Good evening, I'm Jacqueline London.
And I'm Jim Rosenfield. Bad weather could impact both commute.
From the president himself.
Social media danger.
NBC 10 News starts now.
Everybody's in a good mood this morning. Good morning. You're watching NBC 10 News Today. I'm Erin Coleman.
Good morning, Erin. I'm Keith Jones. Let's get right on over to NBC 10 First Alert meteorologist Bill Henley with your First Alert neighborhood forecast. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Keith. Hey, we're starting off with a few showers, but we're...
NBC 10 News starts now.
We're all smiles here this Monday morning.
Finally.
You are watching NBC 10 News Today. I'm Erin Coleman.
Good morning, Erin. I'm Keith Jones. Let's get right on over to
NBC 10 News starts now.
Good Monday morning. We're all smiles here this morning. You are watching NBC 10 News Today. I'm
NBC 10 News starts now.
20 minutes of nonstop news begins with a new political battle just weeks before the November election. The death of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg and the push to fill her seat.
NBC 10 News starts now.
First at 6, major developments in all 3 states when it comes to testing.
NBC 10 News starts now.
First at 7, an extra $600 a week for unemployment.
NBC 10 News starts now.
First tonight at 11, he didn't know what hit him. A teenager tells NBC 10 he walked away from this crash without a scratch. He was hit head-on by a driver leading police on a wild wrong-way chase on I-95 today. This is video you will only see on NBC 10. Good evening. I'm Jacqueline London.
And I'm Jim Rosenfield.
NBC 10 News starts now.
Easy here, folks. If you could hear what we were saying at our desk. But let's talk about first what went wrong. We're getting those answers over the next hour. Thank you so much for staying with us here. I'm Keith Jones.
And I'm Erin Coleman. A heartbreaker in South.
NBC 10 breaking news.
A fourth wave, COVID cases on the rise in all 50 states. Now, there's a heated debate over mask mandates and if they need to come back.
And share the road. MLK Drive has surged in popularity during the pandemic for runners and bikers. So today, the city is announcing when the cars come back.
And preparing for launch later this morning, the world's richest man will ride his own rocket into space. How he and his crew are feeling ahead of their historic voyage to the stars.
NBC 10 News starts now.
Good morning. You're watching NBC 10 News Today. I'm Erin Coleman.
And I'm Lucy Bustamante. Thanks for being with us on this Tuesday. Let's get right over to NBC 10 meteorologist Bill Henley with your First Alert forecast. We got a hot one on the books.
Yes, nice sunshine will be nice and bright, and a quick warm-up this morning.
Right now at 4, emergency landing. Drivers get quite a surprise when a plane touches down on a bridge at the Jersey Shore.
Fighting for 15, workers in one part of our area are about to get a boost in their pay.
Rising from the ashes, we have an exclusive look inside the efforts to rebuild the historic Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris.
NBC 10 News starts now.
20 minutes of nonstop news begins with a summer spike. A nationwide COVID resurgence is impacting all 50 states and causing concerns at the Olympic Games in Tokyo. And now,
tonight on NBC 10 News at 11, lucky landing. A teen pilot finds a way to make an emergency touchdown on a 2-lane bridge. Why experts say this feat is a miracle.
Plus, age is nothing but a number. Meet the 84-year-old Philadelphia man who was able to pull a woman from a flipped car.
And the pricey race to space. What makes Jeff Bezos' journey away from Earth unlike any other?
NBC 10 News starts now.
First at 11, to mask up or not. It's a debate we're familiar with reignited tonight as the dangerous Delta variant drives up cases across the country. You're watching NBC 10 News at 11. I'm Jacqueline London.
And I'm Jim Rosenfield. The spark that relit this conversation, new face covering recommendations for your children.
NBC 10 breaking news.
that breaking news.
This is Channel 10, WCAU-TV, Philadelphia.